Good morning.
Morning.
Hello.
It is March the 6th, Monday, and this is the Reciprocity Committee meeting. We have a few. If you can look at your iPads, there should be a section at the very bottom labeled Reciprocity. It's also in the director's report as well, but should be number 6. I apologize, that's number 4.
Looks like she got her license in California, and then she received reciprocity in Indiana.
Yes, you're looking at Hang Nguyen, who's an esthetician seeking reciprocity.
I think there was a gap when I looked in the 5-year work history. She has 600 hours, so she's short a little bit on the hours, but it appears that she did take a written and a practical exam in California. Asking for esthetician license? Is that correct?
Right, yeah.
Yes, that's correct.
Because she has a nail license as well. The manicurist license, right?
I think that was her husband's. I don't know. I was confused at.
Her California license and her Indiana license are both esthetician licenses, and she's applying now as an esthetician.
I think the question was about the 5-year work history. She had a missing year there, 2014, but she's also submitted that the business that she has listed here was in her husband's name, even though she was working there.
And under the statute, they have to have a valid license in another jurisdiction and substantially meet the other requirements. So that means our educational requirements, or they have to provide evidence of 5 continuous years of work history. So here, she's provided information about her education at First Beauty College, 600 hours. And then she holds 2 valid licenses in other jurisdictions. So she would be eligible so long as the board deemed the education substantially equivalent to what we have here in Tennessee.
Are both of these licenses legit?
Yes.
Okay.
Been tested in California. Do we need the Tennessee test?
I think she needs the Tennessee test. I'd like to see her have the Tennessee, both parts of it, to be approved.
Okay, is that a motion?
That's a motion.
Second.
I'll make a second. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You're over there.
Hey, Judy's joined us. We have a motion and a second that she take both Tennessee exams. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, the next applicant we have is Jenny Min Lee. And submitted an application to be a manicurist.
Did look that school up online. It appears to be at least a legitimate school.
It appears she does hold a valid license in the state of California. What we don't have is documentation from the school she attended, and we don't have evidence of 5-year work history. So based on what we have here today, she wouldn't be eligible. Unless and until she provided more information about her education.
I'd make a motion for her to provide more documentation and then maybe submit.
You wouldn't want to ask her to take both exams?
Every document, I mean, for sure, the school's documentation needs to be in, right?
Before we even do that? Okay.
Yeah.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second that she provide more information to us. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next application before you is Rasha Khalil, and that is an application for a cosmetology license. If you look at the documents, Ms. Khalil holds a valid license from the state of Michigan, which she obtained from Reciprocity. The documentation shows she completed 2,500 hours abroad in 2012 at Hawa Institute. So she's provided information about her educational qualifications as well as the valid license that she holds in the state of Michigan. So this would eligible for reciprocity based on our analysis of the application.
Because she has 1,500 hours and she took both exams? Or
Well, she has 2,500 hours, and then she holds the Michigan license, which is current.
So with that, we don't need the work history then?
You wouldn't under the statute. You only need the work history if the other requirements are not met. It's an alternative to meeting the educational requirements and holding a valid license in another jurisdiction.
I make a motion that we approve.
Second.
Motion and a second that we approve reciprocity. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Final application before the board today is Miss Denise Rosa. She's applying to be a cosmetologist here by Reciprocity. She held a valid Florida license, but her Florida license expired during the pendency of this application. She also has a valid license in the state of North Carolina. We do not have evidence regarding her education in the file. We have some information about her work history, but we don't have a continuous 5 years. This applicant has indicated that she spent some time as a caregiver over the past 5 years, and so she does not have the 5 years, and we don't have any information about her education.
We don't have a Florida certification or North Carolina.
We don't. Now, one thing, she says she... I'm sorry?
We don't have a Florida or North Carolina certification.
Let me see. We'll check and see real quick.
Florida's just got 1,200 hours, right?
1,200, yeah. Should be Florida.
I see Florida.
Okay, it says she did obtain, based on the Florida license, it says she obtained her initial license in 1986, and she's completed 1,200 hours at a Florida cosmetology school. And so she's been licensed for quite a while. This one...
Say it expired, though?
Florida has expired, but she has a valid North Carolina license. If you all want to use the information on the Florida license to determine that she's met the educational requirements, then she would be eligible for reciprocity. And it looks like she's been licensed for over 30 years.
Did you get licensed in North Carolina by Reciprocity?
Yes, it's on page 38.
Yes.
Yeah.
Florida
So this one would be
license
eligible if you look at the information on the Florida license about her education.
I would make a motion to approve with her,
Second.
her so many years of experience.
To approve for reciprocity. Motion and a second that we approve for reciprocity. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, that's all we have at this time. Thank you all for your time this morning.
Thank you.
Short and sweet.
Let's see. I could have gotten 30 more minutes of sleep.
Could have. Now I get 30 more minutes of coffee.